So when I first came here, I was pretty much completely incapacitated. I couldn't take care of myself. I couldn't really stand up. So it was difficult to do just the basic things like to feed myself, to take care of my house, to shower, to bathe, like just the basic things. But specifically, I had physical symptoms and I had a lot of emotional symptoms. So I was dizzy, I had like blistering headaches constantly. I had a lot of pressure in my head. I felt like my head was gonna explode. I had anxiety. I was depressed. I was in such a place of deep depression and had been there, and everything that I was experiencing was so overwhelming. I was suicidal. I was just not even really just living a life. So the last concussion I had, I've had a total of 7. So the 7th one happened in January, about 4 years ago. And at that point in time, all of the accumulation of the damage from the previous injuries really kind of caught up. So that was the straw that broke the camel's back and totally disabled me. So at that point, I started looking for solutions, and I Googled and I found Precision Brain Center and found functional neurology. I'm like, I don't know what this is. I've never heard of this before. I've never seen this before. Maybe this could help. But I basically had scrambled eggs for brains. I had so little brain function that I couldn't even fill out the questionnaire or the information. It took me about 4 months to do that. So when I finally came in, it was just a place of, I'm here, I don't know if you can help me, this is the last straw. That's where I was. So my first visit, I came for my evaluation. And so it's a 2-hour evaluation. And the experience of being here in the office in this beautiful, serene environment was really nice. But I was basically a deer in the headlights. I was scared to death. I didn't know if this would help me. I had no idea, who this person was that was doing this evaluation. All I knew was that she was very focused. It was clear she was so smart and brilliant and knew exactly what she was looking for. One day, it was fairly early on in my treatment. It was in such a dark, dark place. We drive about 6 hours to get here for treatment. And so when I come, I'd worked up to being able to receive 3 treatments that each day, each time I come. And I cried the whole time. I was in such deep despair and felt so hopeless that I would ever get better. And this was early on in my treatment, and I'll never forget that day. I mean, truly, she saved my life. I remember her putting her hands on my face and holding my face, and she said, "Ann, I know exactly what's wrong with you, and I know exactly how to fix it. You will get better. I promise you, you will get better." And I continued to cry for the rest of the 3 sessions. But that moment was like a critical, life-saving moment for me. And I pulled on that memory so many times. So it's been an amazing experience to have such encouragement and such reassuring compassion and kindness from my doctor. I'm doing so much more and so much better. I'm from my symptom standpoints, I'm sleeping better. My memory is so much better. I'm driving my car. I'm taking myself places and doing activities I enjoy. I'm singing, I'm dancing some, I'm working some, I'm an artist, so I'm painting. I can actually climb the stairs to get to my studio to paint. In the beginning, I would climb the stairs, and that would use all the energy I had, and I was done for the day, just to climb the stairs. I feel like I'm living again. I'm social, I'm doing things, I'm organizing events, making plans. I'm doing things like boating. We're big boaters. I wasn't able to get on a boat at all. I'm able to do that. Like daily functional things. I can cook for myself. I can do my laundry. I can stay in the shower and raise my arms above my head and wash my hair, which I couldn't do. And mentally, emotionally, I'm doing so much better. I'm sleeping better, which helps tremendously. My anxiety is much less. My brain functions so much better that I feel safe in my body, which is something I didn't feel. Without being in constant pain, I'm more relaxed. Absolutely. This has been a phenomenal experience coming here and receiving treatment from Dr. Cabela. I really was completely hopeless that anything would ever help me, that I'd ever feel better, that I'd ever get out of the deep, dark, hole that I was living in. I was not living. And with the treatment, it has brought back my ability to function. It has brought back my ability to, have joy in my life, to be social, to do the most basic things and take care of myself, but then to go beyond that and feel like I'm actually living again. Dr. Cabela is phenomenal. There's nothing that I've ever experienced going to a provider that was so supportive and kind and compassionate and answered my endless questions. And I would repeat the questions over and over, and she would always answer them. She would always make me feel like there was hope when I was absolutely hopeless. She restored my faith in the medical community, that there's actually someone that has the ability, the knowledge, the brilliance, the creativity, and the resources to put it into a clinical practice and help people recover from brain injury. Is, when you have a broken arm, everybody can see you have a broken arm and they understand it and they open a door for you. But when you have a brain injury, you look like you're completely normal. Like no one can see inside. It's like an invisible injury. And functional neurology has the ability to evaluate and determine exactly with such precision what's not working right, what is working right, what's over firing, over functioning, and bring that into balance so that you have just normal brain function. And the thing that there's the physical aspects of, like, I'm not running into doorways anymore and I can go up the stairs, but there's also the emotional impact of that, of being hopeless and feeling completely despair to being able to be calm and relaxed and not have anxiety that never turns off. One of the symptoms that I had for a long time was I felt like I was falling off a cliff. I felt that way 24/7. I felt that way while I was sleeping. And I didn't realize that was what was happening. And, she explained to me what that was, what caused it, and what we were going to do to fix it. So it's been an unbelievably positive experience. And anybody who's had any kind of brain injury or other types of neurological or even emotional challenges that aren't being resolved with other therapies, this is the place to come and see if it will help you. So I'd like to read a little excerpt from my journal that I wrote this. This would have been March of 2022. So this would have been almost a year after I started treatment with Dr. Cabela. So this is my pouring my heart out in my journal. I am so grateful for Dr. Cabela. She is an angel that appeared in my life. She has assisted me well beyond the scope of what I've ever received or ever dreamed I would receive from a doctor. She has buoyed me up in my darkest hours of my healing journey. She has shined wisdom, perspective, guidance, knowledge, expertise, and above all else, love, kindness, and compassion. This beautiful goddess of a human being radiates caring and loving companionship, compassion. She has been my rock and saved my life. She gives me hope I will have a better future and confidence she will be by my side every step of the way. Thank you, Creator, for putting her on my path and for opening my heart to trusting her.